Hello, and we're back with another video again. And in this video, okay, when the bird stops making noise, we got some fragrances in here, and there is a lot of fragrances in this box. I realized I've had this box for a few months, maybe even most of this year. I can't remember when I got it, but I've had this box a really long time. And I don't think I've ever made a video with any of these fragrances yet. Or maybe I have, but I forgot to upload them. I don't know. I have a lot of old videos that I haven't uploaded or edited, but I'm just going to film some of these because these were some requested fragrances from people that they wanted me to react to these. So the main one people wanted me to review or react to was Initio Rehab. You can't see the writing because I've had these so long. The writing's starting to come off of all these fragrances. Like, look at this. You can barely even read the writing on this anymore. But this is by Navitus. This one's called Lyric or Orbade. Then you have like Xerjoff. This is the Cruz del Sur 2, but the writing is coming off and it's a little bit hard to read, unfortunately. I wish you could read it. Like, that's the problem with using paper for your labels. This is like laminated, so of course the laminated ones, you can read them a lot better. So anyway, we will start off with it's Rehab by Initio. This fragrance, I just want to say I've smelled every single one in the box because I've had it for months now, and some of these bottles are like, I've used a fair amount out of them, so I've had a good time to try all of these and to pretty much let you know what I think about them. Except for a few. There was a few in there that I really didn't like. I sprayed them maybe twice and I never wanted to smell them again because I didn't like the smell of them. This is one of the better ones from the box. It's Initio Rehab. And this is like Spice Bomb Extreme, but niche, more expensive, and I want to say there's like a popcorn smell in here that I get, which is weird because no one else gets that popcorn smell except for me. But it really reminds me of like the smell of popcorn. You get that typical Spice Bomb Extreme smell, like the tobacco, nutmeg, vanilla smell. But this doesn't have as much as that cola smell. So Spice Bomb Extreme, a little bit more like that cola smell from the nutmeg. This is also a little bit like Tom Ford Noir Extreme, so maybe this is closer to Tom Ford Noir Extreme instead of Spice Bomb. I don't think this has tobacco in it or the nutmeg. I really don't know. But I do know that Noir Extreme smells like Spice Bomb but doesn't really have the same notes either. So this is like probably in that same family as like Tom Ford Noir Extreme, Spice Bomb Extreme. The smell is like vanilla, mainly vanilla. But then there's that popcorn smell in there. I can only say it's probably a spice or something. Like, even though the smell of popcorn, I think is just butter, just melted butter. With, I don't know if there is anything else in there, but it definitely has that gourmand smell to it. I do consider Rehab to be a gourmand fragrance because it is very much like, smells very edible. I do have notes written down on my computer from months ago, and I'm going to read them. I said there was cinnamon, vanilla, cardamom, nutmeg, A little bit musky, a little hint of lavender. I also said, yeah, it does smell like Spice Bomb Extreme. Maybe a little bit smoother, a little bit more for women. I think the cardamom is a little bit powdery in here. Maybe the cardamom is that popcorn smell. Because it's like a little bit, it's hard to explain, but it's like a spice or something. Which makes sense. So now I think about it, yeah, there is probably cinnamon in here. I mean, cinnamon and cardamom are probably both in here. Because that is the only thing in common that I think Spice Bomb and Noir Extreme have. Besides the vanilla, I think it is the cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla type of scent profile that gives it that kind of Spice Bomb Extreme smell. It's a little bit like cola. I wouldn't say this smells like cola. It doesn't really make sense. So it's got that cola vibe a little bit, but not enough to the point where I'd say, yeah, it smells exactly like cola. Whereas Spice Bomb Extreme, to me, I'm pretty sure I just said that was like vanilla Coke or something, because it smelled a lot like that to me, even though it's been a while since I've smelled Spice Bomb Extreme. That was probably years ago now that I smelled that. And it'd be interesting to see if I smell Spice Bomb Extreme now, what I think about it. I'm pretty sure I do have a sample somewhere, but I haven't smelled that in years. Just because I wasn't really a big fan of it anyway. So, looking back on my notes, is there anything else? Less cola smell, better balanced version of Spice Bomb Extreme. I think it is improved without the tobacco. I know Spice Bomb Extreme has tobacco in it, and I think that is not as safe. A lot of people are probably gonna prefer Rehab over Spice Bomb Extreme because this is like smoother, more gourmand. Same with Tom Ford Noir Extreme. It's also a lot smoother. The vanilla is a little bit better in Noir Extreme than this. I think because of the kulfi, there is a kulfi note, which I think it is some dessert, like ice cream or some dessert note or record they have in Noir Extreme. This is like a little bit like that. It's got that more gourmand creaminess to it. But I could look at the notes of Fragrantica because it has been a while since I checked this out. The notes would say lavender, bergamot, cedar, vetiver, patchouli, musk, sandalwood, guaiacwood. I gotta disagree with a lot of those notes. I do think it's a little bit woody, but it's way more gourmand. So it definitely is like vanilla, cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg. Those are the main things I smell in here. And it's very interesting to me why they're not listed in the notes, because I don't see how you could get this smell from the notes listed on Fragrantica. But anyway, I shall move on. Besides saying this is more of a masculine scent to me, it is also more mature, while also being like, it's not like offensive. I don't find it to be an offensive fragrance. I just don't think everyone's gonna like it. I don't think it is as mass appealing as people think. A lot of people say Spice Bomb Extreme is like the biggest compliment getter out there, but I don't agree with that. Like, a lot of people that I've let try Spice Bomb didn't really like it, and I'm one of those people as well. I didn't really see the hype behind Spice Bomb Extreme. So it is popular though, so I guess everyone's different. The next is Xerjoff Cruz del Sur. So Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. I really wish you could read it. Come on. Why can't you read this? Doesn't want to focus on the writing because it's too blurry. Cruz del Sur 2 by Xerjoff. I shall spray this just on the wrist. Whoops. And at first, I didn't really like this that much because there was like a very green papaya smell, if that makes sense. I find the difference between papaya and mango, while being very similar looking fruit, papaya has this bitterness, almost like a spicy smell to it, while also being fruity. It's hard to explain, but it's more of a green, spicy smell. If you've ever smelled papaya, you know that smell. This has that papaya smell in it, or it's almost like the skin from the mango, but a very green mango. So not the juicy orange part, the fruit part of the mango. This is like the skin, and it doesn't smell like mango skin, the fragrance, like by Wilhelm mango skin. It's nothing like that. But it is like a very unique and realistic smelling mango. So this is realistic, but it's not like a fresh mango. This is more on a sweeter lactonic side. Green mango, a little bitter. There is like this creamy lactonic milk in there, milk and vanilla, I think. I know this has guava in it because I remember the notes pretty well. But I got some stuff written down on my computer if I can find it, just to let you know what I think anyway. Yeah, the most realistic mango fragrance I've smelled is this. I gotta admit that. But some people did say that. I was reading reviews the other day. Someone said that it smells like, I don't know. What did they say it smelled like? It smelled weird or sour or something on their skin. Stale or sour, something like that. I don't get that. I just get like this creamy mango with a little bit of greenness in there. And a little bit of that papaya smell. I think the papaya smell actually comes from the guava in here. So when you mix the guava and mango together, it must just have this little bit different smell. So yeah, I know mango, guava, milk. I don't know if there is vanilla in here or if it's coconut or if it's just milk. It might just be just milk. But it certainly has this green mango skin smell to it. Yeah, it's just pretty much a pure fruit. On my notes, that's pretty much all I was talking about, was how realistic I thought this was the first time I smelt it. And how simple it is as well. It's a pretty simple fragrance. I think you could layer Cruz del Sur as a layering fragrance because to me it's like 1 or 2 notes max. Milk and mango. You could layer it if you want that mango smell. I actually think this would be better as a layering fragrance for that reason. Like if you have some kind of coconut fragrance, this would be good to like layer with coconut. Really nice. Performance is not that great, even though I haven't actually worn it all over my clothes. I don't get the best performance on the skin. It fades away pretty quick. Especially compared to some of the other mango fragrances I've tried. Like Mango Skin by Wilhelm lasts a very long time. God of Fire, Stephanie Humbert Luca, that lasts a very long time. I kind of consider those other two to be the best mango fragrances. This is definitely a polarizing scent that not everyone seems to like. Whereas, if I never read the reviews, I would have considered this a safe, mass appealing scent. But after reading the reviews, apparently it's not so safe and mass appealing. It's actually quite polarizing. The amount of people that don't like this really surprised me because I do think it's pretty simple. Mango and milk. Oh, and yeah, that is very unisex as well. So this is like a very unisex fragrance. Nothing masculine in there. Nothing really that feminine in there either. So again, that is also a gourmand fragrance. The next fragrance, Cheeky Smile by Jusbox. I think this is a little bit more masculine. However, it's a lot of girls like this as well. The reason girls like this is because this is compared to Baccarat Rouge 540. I could totally see the Baccarat Rouge 540 comparison. I think this may have like Ambroxan, ISOE Super. I think the saffron, something sweet in there, like that fir resin saffron smell is in here. This was supposed to be a synthetic molecule fragrance. And it definitely smells very synthetic. Like, there's nothing realistic about the smell of this. And this is a very synthetic molecule fragrance. And that was the whole point of it. It was supposed to be like those eccentric molecules, molecule O1, molecule O2, just kind of combined like that. So, the thing about this is beast mode, very strong. You don't get a nosmic to the smell of this, unlike molecule O2 and O1. You cannot really smell them. This you can smell. This is a layering fragrance. That's what it was designed for. To make sense to last longer. And it does have a little bit of that Baccarat Rouge 540 Armaf Untold smell to it. Very woody from the ISOE Super. Very sweet from that saffron or whatever molecule is in it. I think it's amber. I think it's an amber molecule. There is ambroxan. So you get that burnt hair kind of peppery, that peppery burnt hair smell from the ambroxan. So that's something I've noticed is ambroxan does smell a little bit like pepper or burnt hair. Not always, just a lot of the time it does, especially in Jusbox, Cheeky Smile, and Molecule O2. I think Molecule O2. If you like that peppery, woody, resinous, synthetic smell, was it sweet, peppery, woody, resinous? Yeah, that's pretty much what this is. It's like that synthetic molecule fragrance made for layering with good performance. Another polarizing scent, but apparently it's a compliment getter. I think it would be unisex just because of the Baccarat Rouge smell. The reason I say it's more masculine is because of that peppery, woody smell in here. And like people have said, Armaf Untold is too masculine for them. And I think this leans a little bit more towards Armaf Untold. So yes, the more masculine version of Baccarat Rouge 540. Even though in my opinion, I don't think this is really that close to Baccarat Rouge 540. I mean, it's very similar in some ways, while being miles apart at the same time. This is not a clone at all of Baccarat Rouge 540. It's just inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540, okay? So, I don't think I need to look at the notes for that because they're just synthetic molecules. There's not going to be anything that I can really describe the smell of to you besides that. Next, I will review... I don't think you can read this. It is not showing up. Bianco Latte. Giardini di Toscana Bianco Latte, or as I would say, Bianca's Latte. And I gotta say, right from the get-go, the plastic of this atomizer stinks. So I really hope the fragrance is not ruined because this plastic stinks like really bad. But luckily, I think it is glass. It feels like a glass bottle, just with a plastic cap. So hopefully the juice inside is not ruined. This is hyped by Demi Rolling, pretty much TikTok. It's been everywhere online right now. Bianco Latte by Giardini Toscana. I will say the sillage of this in the air smells really good. So I like the sillage in the air. I don't like the actual smell so much though when you smell it up close. Ooh. So caramel, I get a lot of caramel. Vanilla caramel. even though it's called Latte, I don't really know if there is coffee in here. Because to me, this is more like a creamy lactonic vanilla with caramel. And that's mostly what I get. Caramel or sugar, milk. I get vanilla. So another gourmand type of scent. I think most of these have been gourmands so far. That was unintentional to do mostly gourmands, by the way. I'm just pulling out whatever's at the top of this box. But, you know what? I don't hate this fragrance. I think it's pretty... No, I wouldn't call it a good fragrance. I don't think it's a good fragrance because there is something in there I don't like. It's certainly like this off-putting bitterness about it. There is a certain bitterness about this fragrance that I'm not sure about. But I'm not sure if it's just because of that smell in the lid. Yeah. You know what? I think I will look at the notes for this one. But I'm 100% sure there is caramel in there. Yeah, because I don't like caramel in fragrances. I've realized that. And it's got honey, so that pretty much explains that smell I don't like. It's the honey and the caramel. To explain why I don't like caramel, caramel is burnt sugar. What happens when you burn sugar? It gets a bitterness to it. And I don't like that bitterness you get from the burnt sugar or the caramel. I don't mind eating caramel, but I think the smell is just too sweet while having a bitterness as well. Maybe some people like that. I don't really like the smell of caramel that much. It's not horrible. You can tolerate it. I think by far the honey in this is probably worse than the caramel. But I will say, because I spread the Jusbox Cheeky Smile and the Bianco Latte so close, I'm getting a little bit of this mix between both of them, just like casually as I move my hand around. It layers pretty good together. Like, that's actually a surprise to me. So, Cheeky Smile and Bianco Latte, unexpected layering combination right there. I think that actually works really good together. However, yeah, that caramel is not the greatest, but I can see why people like it. I'm not hating on this fragrance at all. Bianco Latte, I see why it's hyped. It's pretty much a gourmand scent that most people are going to like. If you like sweet gourmand scents, this is just your typical caramel vanilla, creamy vanilla, musky type scent with some honey in there. So yeah, I mean, I can't hate on this. I can't be like, oh, it's horrible. It's not horrible. Like I said, the sillage of this is nice. If I smelt it in the air, I'd be like, wow, smells great. To me, it's almost like a candle. If I had a caramel vanilla scented candle, that it's a little bit like that. So it's got this candle vibe. Yeah, it actually does have a weird candle vibe to it. Like, that's a good way to describe the smell of this. Anyway, unisex as well. Safe for women, safe for guys. Youthful, it's not a mature scent. That one is pretty good. And actually, I'll rank them at the end. So I've done 4. We'll do one more. I think. Okay, I have Parfums de Marly Haltane. I think I will review Haltane. Again, I've smelt this so many times, the writing's coming off. You can see just faintly the writing on there. There we go. For this, I'm going to have to roll my sleeve up a little bit. However, I consider this to be one of the most addictive fragrances I've smelled, even though I don't really like the smell of it. Something about it is very addictive. Wow. It's like this spicy Middle Eastern woody type of fragrance. It's so woody and so spicy, but there's like this sweetness in there that's just, I don't want to say unique, because I know it's not a unique fragrance. I know there is other scents like this, like Oud for Glory, and that's been cloned quite a few times, Oud for Glory. Or maybe Oud for Greatness or Oud for Glory. One of those scents is supposed to be really similar to this. And, yeah. Woody, Oud, saffron, cardamom, or some kind of like citrusy spice in there. I think it's cardamom or nutmeg. I'm going to say cardamom. Cardamom, saffron, oud, wood. It's very sweet and very woody and very spicy. So pepper, maybe pepper. Is there citrus in there? I want to say there's lavender or something in there, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I do think the main things I smell are the ones I listed. Oud, because there's a little bit of that woody skankiness. It's not that bad. I'd say the dry down is actually a lot better. Cardamom, saffron, oud or wood, pepper. There's a freshness to it as well though, so where's that freshness coming from? It might be coming from lavender, or it might be coming from like bergamot or something like that. I mean, it's not a fresh fragrance. There's just a certain freshness in it that I get. Like, I don't know if it's ginger. It's certainly like this spice though. I'm just going to say cardamom. Okay, let's look at the notes instead, okay? See, before I do, I'll see if there's anything written down on my computer. Because I usually write the notes down when I smell it the first time. Dry, woody, peppery, aromatic, maybe guaiac wood in there. Okay, I said fir resin or ambroxan. This is like, it's inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540, inspired by Oud for Glory. A little bit, actually, you know what? It's very similar to Cheeky Smile. It's got that ambroxan ISO E super kind of pepperiness to it. It's got that, a little bit of this DNA in there. Definitely like more of a Middle Eastern smelling fragrance. And it's not a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540. It's just similar in some ways. Black pepper or pink pepper, something like that. I'll go to Fragrantica real quickly. Just looking on Fragrantica. It's got bergamot, lavender, saffron, oud, sage, and praline. So I knew there was something very sweet about it, so that's the praline. However, there's no cardamom. I gotta question that, why the cardamom is not listed, when I do think there's certainly a cardamom smell to it. Lavender, yeah, I could smell the lavender because I was getting that aromatic kind of smell, and aromatic is usually like along the lines of like lavender mixed with something else. So no, I don't think this is unisex. This is definitely manly to me. I get old man smell, not just any man, Middle Eastern man. So, this is more for a Middle Eastern guy. Mature, a little bit more mature. I don't really think if you're a woman, you would want to wear this. I may be wrong. Let me know if you're a woman, if you like this fragrance. I mean, I don't hate it. I like the smell of it, so I'm not hating on it. If you wear this, that's a good thing. Because I would totally enjoy the smell of it. However, yeah, it's so. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But I do find it to be very addictive. So I think the praline actually has a toffee smell. That's what it is. So I find myself very addicted to the smell of toffee in fragrances. For example, The Most Wanted by Azaro. And, well, it's this fragrance. It's called Lyric by Navitus. This has that toffee smell in there. And I'm so addicted to the smell of this. I wanted to review the Lyric in this video, but I'm going to save it for another video because this is like one of my favorites right now. And I don't have a bottle, but I will definitely buy a bottle of Lyric as soon as possible. Maybe for Christmas. Anyway, let's rank these scents just before I end the video. My favorite would probably be Cruz del Sur. So number 1, Cruz del Sur. Number 2, you know what? I'm gonna go Bianco Latte. Number 2, Bianco Latte. 3, Rehab. I'll put Rehab 3rd. 4th, it's got to be between Cheeky Smile and Haltane. I just think that Cheeky Smile is more mass appealing, and Haltane is just too polarizing of a scent. I don't really see many people in public liking this. I don't think this is going to be very wearable. I do see Cheeky Smile being more of a wearable scent you could wear in public, get lots of compliments from it. So with that, I'm going to put Cheeky Smile 4th, and last is going to be Haltane. So I don't know if you expected me to put Haltane last, because I do actually really like Haltane. This is one of those videos where I enjoy pretty much all of them, but I don't love any of them, if that makes sense. You know, I like all of them, but I don't love any of them. Out of these, I probably wouldn't buy a single one. Unfortunately, I wouldn't buy any of them. I wouldn't wear any of them. So, I don't hate any of them though. If you want to wear them around me, I'd be completely fine with that. And yeah, if you want to know what my favorite is out of these, I guess Cruz del Sur. Just, it's the most simple, probably the most mass appealing one. And yeah, Bianco Latte 2nd. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe below. Peace out.